My brothers and sisters in Saint Dominic, happy feast day to all of us. This is the second time that we will be celebrating the feast of our Holy Founder, Saint Dominic, during these pandemic times. And this year is supposed to be very special because it is the Dies Natalis, the 800th anniversary of the Dies Natalis of Saint Dominic. But this COVID-19 has given us limitations or restrictions. And this should not make our celebration less significant. You see, I was reflecting at this year's Jubilee. COVID-19 is something that is physical. It has a great effect in our world today. But still, its limitations is physical. And it cannot totally limit us from coming up or from celebrating the Jubilee of Saint Dominic's Dies Natalis less significant. I was thinking of the theme. The theme is At the Table with Saint Dominic. And this was inspired by the Mascarella table, the first portrayal of our Father Saint Dominic after his canonization in the early 13th century. You know, my imagination is working, and I was just thinking if Saint Dominic will be here with us today, maybe I'll just modify a little bit our theme. I would put it like this: at the computer table with Saint Dominic via Zoom or via live stream or through Zoom meeting. We are still at our tables, maybe separate tables. Because of the COVID-19, we are in this kind of situation. But what COVID-19 could prohibit us from doing is that it cannot get in the way of fostering communion among us. And so, even though we are at different tables at different places, the situation has provided us also with opportunities. I remember before, every time we gathered on August 8th, most of the people who could come are from Metro Manila and from the nearby provinces. But now, we could reach the members of the family in the Visayas, in Mindanao, even in Sri Lanka and Indonesia. As you would notice in our program, the venues for our celebration, goes beyond the Philippines. And so, my brothers and sisters, I invite you really to make the most out of this situation, that we continue celebrating with the means and the opportunities given us today in the different fields of our mission and ministries, in education, vocation for promotion, information, in health ministry. We could still come together. We could still meet and gather at the different tables that we have at the moment, so that we can continue to grow and serve and fulfill our mission today. And so I invite you to look at this angle, at this situation that we are in as we celebrate the Dies Natalis of Saint Dominic, the 500th year of Christianity in the Philippines, and if I may add, the golden anniversary of the Dominican Province of the Philippines. Lastly, in our last provincial chapter, one of the thrusts is the idea of looking at new models of being church. And we know that the family is a model of being church, a very beautiful model. And so we encourage everyone to pursue this. We encourage the different promoters from the different communities, both sisters, fathers, brothers, lay people, to come together, to work together, and to continue our fellowship and strengthen our communion with one another. Happy Feast Day to everyone.